the Roman army. The Roman Empire around the Mediterranean Sea around 2000 years ago, they could raise an army of 800,000 people. And from 100 before Christ onwards, these were professionals who did it for a living, and when they were paid, they got 1/3 when in food. Now, when they were fighting, they sometimes used a formation called the Testudo. They had their shields, the Scutari, in front of them. And so the people in the front row, having them in front of them, the people at the side of that block, having them at the side, and the other people also, and the people in the middle holding it up. So it's a big, almost like a military, an armored vehicle, that whole thing, all standing very tight together. And when they were fighting. Now we had the long spears also. And in the Roman soldier, they had 2 spears to throw, and also a short sword, the gladius, 60 centimeters now. And they were also carrying a lot of other things. So first of all, they had to be very fit. 3 times a month, they were going on to walks, 4-hour walks, in which they were walking for 8 kilometers, so pretty fast, bearing weight. And so they made them 30 kilometers in that time with that backpack. Now, and also, when they were besieging another town, they had built sieging vehicles, catapults and other things. And they didn't only had to carry all these other things, they also were carrying shovels and pickaxes and food, clothing and other things, because they had to live, and they were building forts, and they had to have more things. Now, and there were legions. So these 800,000 people, they were split up into legions. One legion with 5,000 soldiers now. 800,000 were possible in a serious condition. So 5,000 people were fighting in a legion. Then a cohort had 500 people, and Centuri had 100 people. Centuri was led by a centurion, a cohort by a tribunus militium, and a legion by a legatus. That is according to Miles Kelly's World History book on the page 172 and 173.